Hey guys, welcome to today's video. We're gonna talk all about the miracle of castor oil. You guys have requested this harder than anything else. My DMs are just one message after the other asking, how do I use castor oil? What is it for? Have you seen great results? Is it worth the hype? What kind do I buy? Where do I buy it? I mean, so many questions that at first I was like, oh gosh, I'll just answer it here. And then I'm like, I can just do like a quick thing on IG. And then I really was thinking about all the many ways that I use castor oil in my everyday life that have replaced other products, what a true gem I think castor oil truly is, and I thought it would be best to sit down and give you like a good top 10 ways that I use this. I legitimately want to buy like a vat with a pump. It is ideal to purchase castor oil in glass. We're gonna go through some of the things you want to look out for if you are interested in purchasing castor oil, what it is, how it works, why it works so well, all of that. I was using it just for like lashes and brows. That was the gateway. And then I started researching and, tumble I go into using it literally like head to toe. This has been an ongoing thing for about 6 months, maybe more. So I don't want to say that I've just started using this and I saw results overnight. This has been, again, something that I started with my brows and my lashes that I heard was a good idea. Beauty-wise, it's really gentle, really safe. And then I started researching more and I was like, you know what? Like you can use it for everything. Like we could get rid of our cellulite. You can moisturize your eyeballs. You could ingest it if you're constipated. Why are we not all buying just like big tubs of castor oil to use for everything? I don't know, but I'm about it. I'm gonna share with you my favorites. What is that movie? This will age me big time, but castor oil is keeping me young, so it's fine. Is it My Big Fat Greek Wedding where it's like Windex is good for everything? Well, that's how I feel with castor oil. I'm like, put it on a cut, put it on your feet, put it on your lashes, put it on your hairline, put it in your hair, put it on your belly button, do a liver pack, like you can do so much. So what is castor oil? Castor oil is a vegetable oil that is extracted from the castor plant, also known as Ricinus communis. How do you say this? Let's ask. We're all getting an education today, including me.
Reekiness.
Reekiness? Ugh.
Reekiness.
Reekiness? That's terrible.
Reekiness.
Reekiness.
Communist.
Communist. Reekiness.
Communist.
The Reekiness communis plant. This has been used for centuries medicinally, topically, for beautifying treatments. This is nothing new. We do tend to, I think, when we go online and we see something kind of trending that's working that a lot of people are talking about, assume that this is something new. Like this is something that like, hey, like we discovered this. No, this has been around forever. And I am happy that I finally tapped into the powers of Reekiness communis, of castor oil. These are my two faves right now. You may notice the first thing is they are dark glass. This is to protect the product from exposure to sunlight. P.S. also do this with your vitamin C. It's really important. You don't want like vitamin C in clear glass or in plastic where things can oxidize. Just the more you know. All right, so back to castor oil. You're gonna wanna look glass, glass, glass. Castor oil is so potent that it can leach from plastic. I started out using a big old bottle of plastic castor oil. I didn't do my research. I think I got it at Ulta. There are things that you want from your castor oil. If you're gonna go for it, you may as well go for it the right way, in my opinion. Now, this is not a terribly expensive product, especially if you consider how many uses you get from this product. These two right here, something to point out that I personally look for after a lot of research is that I'm getting a cold pressed castor oil, no heat used. I'm getting something that's hexane free to make sure that different solvents aren't used during extraction. You want the purest form, so you want organic. If you're gonna go ahead and slather this on you for health purposes, beautifying purposes, you definitely want something as pure as possible that is pesticide free, that is hexane free, meaning solvent free, and that is cold pressed so heat is not disrupting nature's miracle right here. I hope that makes sense. And then make sure that the bottle is glass so that you're protecting it. All right, so I have JMac Botanicals organic castor oil right here. This is the one I've been using more on on the body because it has more of that open lid where I can really pour it out. And this one right here is what I reserve for my face, maybe because it just feels a little more like skincare, a little more fancy. I can actually get drops of the castor oil out. We are now going to go into the land of all the many uses that I personally do on the daily with my castor oil. We're gonna start right here with my initial thing that I did, which is put it on my brows, put it on my lashes. I will actually take a dropper, and I have a little bundle of spoolies that are disposable, and I will take a drop on a spoolie and I will go through the brows and kind of brush them upward, and I will go on the lashes. Now, I will tell you that that was in the beginning, like where I was like, oh, this is a beautiful add-on for my nightly routine. Recently, because I discovered the antimicrobial properties of castor oil and that it is safe for acne prone skin, it is not going to clog your pores. It will actually help your other skincare to work harder if you use this as a final sealant. You want to do your cleanser, toner, moisturizer, all the things you do, and then take this beautiful friend at the very, very end, grab a little in the hands. It is sticky. It's like putting maple syrup on your face. So you got to be in it to win it. You have to be willing to kind of be a little sticky when you're going to bed. You don't need to use a lot, so don't get carried away or like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna be putting straight honey on my face. It's not that bad, but I definitely find that I have to wash my hands after I do application because they're just so sticky. So what I will do, and just to show you here, like the amount that I do, I kind of take the dropper and maybe about a full dropper, right? You can see it's about that much, and I will goop this all over my face. I will literally massage my skin. I'll do a little bit of lymphatic whatnot. Really great if you want to be gliding on the skin and not tugging at your skin. If you're into any facial massage, this is a dream come true for that. But now that I'm putting it all over my face and I find it to be so hydrating, line softening, helping my other products to work even better because it helps everything to penetrate more deeply. The castor oil wants to get deep into the skin. And so anything that you're putting topically on first is gonna get pressed in even further. So what I do now is kind of the lazy girl method. It's all over the face, it's underneath my eyes, and I will literally go like this with my lashes. I will go like this with the brows, and then if I have excess and I'm gonna be washing my hair the next day, I will just go back and kind of massage the hairline because I have, since birth, I've had sparse little baby hairs right here, and I would love to see if they will be stronger, more resilient, grow in better if I do that all the time. So that's kind of a newer one that I'm doing. What I have seen as far as a difference that I can say works really, really well is the quality of my lashes are not as brittle. Are they growing back Latisse style where I'm seeing like length, it's just like, oh my gosh? No, not at all. But I feel much safer using this as opposed to a product like Latisse, which I found out recently can actually disrupt the fat pads underneath your eyes, aging you, making you look older. So we're doing all this, you know, oh, make my lashes grow so much longer, but it can actually eat away at the fat. There's an ingredient. I just found out about this, and I was talking to someone that was in the medical spa field, and they're like, everybody knows this. And I'm like, I didn't know this. Like, how are we not talking about this? So castor oil is a much safer option. It doesn't irritate your eyes. In fact, this is just me. Do your own research, but I intentionally get a little bit in my eye before going to bed as I'm doing this massage sequence, getting it in the brow, getting in the hairline. When I'm going around the lashes, I'm being gentle, but if any bit of the oil gets in my eye, I'm okay with it. It's so hydrating that I wake up and I don't have as much of a problem with dry eyes, which I have a huge issue with. I'm a contact lens wearer. My eyes get irritated and fatigued so easily. And since I started using castor oil, not just with a spoolie like this, but actually pressing it in and not minding if it gets in my eyes a little bit, I have seen such an improvement in the dryness of my eyes by doing this every night. It's been a very positive experience for me. I also get it around the lips, and I love that it's not clogging my pores. It's just so good for everything. I will then like stamp kind of whatever residue excess on my chest, and I'm good to go. I have seen a difference in just texture and hydration in my skin doing this method every night. and I love it. If you have a cyst, if you have a breakout, this is antimicrobial, this is anti-inflammatory, and will keep the area moist. If you're using a lot of aggressive acne medication and you know how things get flaky and you're really tempted to kind of peel things off, I would say grab a Q-tip, put some castor oil on it. It can help moisturize that area if you're experiencing that issue, and it will also alleviate some of the pain and swelling. I have heard that there are, let's get this off my hands though, because it is like, do you see how it's very, you are magic. Okay, so we're using it on the face, hairline. You can use it on the brows, in the eyeballs. You can use it on the lips. Take the excess, get your elbows, get your knees. And then if you're like me and you have a really intense desire to have super soft feet, you will put castor oil on your heels and then you will seal it up with a good pair of organic socks. It is gonna pull whatever you have near it. Like if you're doing a liver oil cleanse, liver oil pack, you wanna make sure whatever you are using to push the castor oil in is very pure. That is one thing that I will make a highlight of. Get some good organic undyed socks. My favorite are from Maggie's. I've talked about them before. I picked them up at my grocery store. They have them on Amazon. But this is a treatment that I'm loving right now. It just softens your heels so beautifully. So I will take this bottle here and I will dump quite a bit in my hand and massage my feet, and I'll get up my ankles and my calves a little bit. Something amazing about castor oil is it can help your joints. So if you have achy feet, you are actually doing something really positive for how your ankles and joints feel, on top of really softening any calluses, cuticles that are dry, just any dry part of your feet, the tips of your toes. If you get this everywhere and then kind of seal it all in with a pair of organic socks, you will see such an insane difference. You can also use this as a laxative. I've never done that. I was just reading my research and I'm like, wow, we can drink it, let's bathe in it, let's put it on our feet, we can massage and gua sha with it. It's, you know, in our brows, our lashes, our eyeballs. But wait, there is more. You can actually do a inner organ treatment by putting castor oil in your belly button and laying back for like 30 minutes. You could put like a little organic cotton ball or piece of cotton that's organic. I'm gonna say that over and over again. I think that's really, really important to drive home because you don't want like pesticides and bleaches and other things to be penetrating so deeply as a carrier with the castor oil. But what I've seen is an Ayurvedic treatment where you actually put castor oil in your belly button and you put a little cotton over it, you tape it down and you lay back for 30 minutes. Now what I had been doing was taking castor oil and just like rubbing it aggressively in my belly button. I'm like, that should work. But I've never done the lay down part where it's super healing for your insides. I've been all about using it externally, but I think I do want to try the lay back, like pour the oil treatment. I think that's interesting. Another thing people say they have success from is using this as a scalp massage to alleviate dry scalp and dandruff. This can help promote hair growth on the hair. And, you know, obviously if it's doing that for your brows and lashes, it's going to do that for your hair. And then also, this is where it gets a little wild, where people are like, yes, no, it worked for me, no, it didn't. There is scientific evidence that does prove that the anti-inflammatory properties of castor oil and how it promotes detoxification, circulation, may improve the removal or alleviation of fibroids. That's why people will do different packs on the body and really saturate a piece of cloth and then lay it on that body part. This has been used holistically for a very, very long time. I have watched and been mesmerized by many women, and they show like the before and after. I have not gone this far with my castor oil journey. I'm just on these 2 bottles. If I find like a big, huge bottle and I'm able to like really go to town, like I will do it and I will report back. But it is said that if you massage your thighs or anywhere where you're a little bumpy, you want to get rid of the fascia, you want to release the fascia, you want to get rid of anything that's just kind of cellulite, anything that's like stagnant in your thighs that is causing an appearance that you don't like. People have seen incredible changes in their body with consistent massage with castor oil. Now that may just be the fascia blasting. It may be that their skin is more moisturized. So I'm not really sure what one thing the castor oil is doing in terms of cellulite removal and skin tightening, but I'm down to try it. I mean, in my mind, if it's already working on my face, pressing ingredients in more deeply, then I feel like I could use like a nice, more aggressive cellulite cream, tightening cream, and then put the castor oil on top. I also am really super curious. My mind is kind of drifting into like, how many different ways could we really use castor oil? And I feel like you could use a device like my Medicube devices that really press skincare in. Can you imagine if you use that with castor oil? I'm gonna email the company and hear what they have to say. They might be like, absolutely no, it's like gonna ruin the device. Don't recommend that. So to be continued on that one, but I think like, wouldn't that be great? You've opened the channels to your skin and you're like pressing the castor oil in. Oh my gosh, there's just so many possibilities. There's one more thing about castor oil. This was an unintentional win. I recently went to go get a manicure because I was like, oh, I haven't had a manicure in a while. And this was like a couple weeks ago. And I just feel like I want professional shaping of my nails. And she looked at my cuticles and she's like, there's nothing to take away. I don't even need to press them back. And I was like, really? My God, that's never been my story. I think because I have been using castor oil every night on my face, that it's been getting on my cuticles and doing some kind of a really, I don't even know how I don't have cuticles. Like they're gone. And I've been consistent with this for 30 days, like every single night. And I am telling you, it's just so incredibly moisturizing. I think we all need this in our life. All right, so there you have it, you guys. This is probably one of the more random videos you have watched from me, but I truly love this one product and I am down to share when a product is so usable in a variety of ways and isn't very expensive. I want to reiterate the things we look for when purchasing castor oil. Glass amber bottle, look for the words hexane free, cold pressed, and organic. And I will list below the two that I am using, but feel free to peruse the internet. There are so many places that make great castor oil. It's not very expensive. And let me know in the comments. I'm super curious if you are going to be trying out any of these beauty tips. Let me know if I missed anything that you want to educate me about. I'm happy to hear from you. And I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, go ahead and give it a big thumbs up. Make sure you are subscribed and ring the bell before you leave. I love you all so much. I really hope this was helpful and answered some of the questions I had been getting. Other than that, go and have a good one, you guys. I will see you all in my next video. Mwah.